When Crossroads Missions came to northern Uganda in 2006, it was a land scarred. But Achan isn't the only one emerging to rebuild this wounded land. Lira is one of the biggest cities in northern Uganda, and one that is coming back to life. Among the hustle and bustle, you'll hear the sounds of joy, especially from Victory Outreach Ministries, a church that's community-minded. Their ministry isn't concentrated within the walls, but far away in the fields of Lira County.
This was first destroyed.
Pastor Charles Okwir also lost loved ones and nearly his own life to rebel soldiers. He too says he's called to help his people, something he's doing from the ground up.
The challenge is how to clean the land. Because, for all these 20 years, the land is grown, it is now turning to bush.
The soil beneath holds much promise and hope for its people. A way out of poverty, aid dependence, and family breakdown. And agriculture is a very important part of Ugandan society.
Actually, it is the backbone of the country. And it is only that we were interrupted by all these insurgencies, which took so many years.
Crossroads Missions, along with Victory Outreach Ministries, has sown into this fertile ground with an agricultural project, one that has brought mechanized farming to people with few tools but their hands.
So I think it is better to give a person a hook, teach a person to know how to fish, and then you have helped him for life.
Although there's no fishing here, there's lots of planting. VOMAP gives beneficiaries 2 acres of plowing and a seed kit to get started. Crossroads Missions representative Chester Venhuizen has been on the ground with them to monitor the growth.
I have seen a lot of things change over the past 2.5 to 3 years since the project began. I have seen people moving from poverty into abundance. I've seen people moving from a position of hopelessness into hope and joy.
People like Nancy. As a widow, she's the main caregiver for her 6 grandchildren. She was barely able to feed them, let alone pay their school fees.
Actually, she was depending on her brethren, which was not actually good. It was overloading the brethren to help her. But now she can also help others.
It all started from the ground up. From 2 acres plowed and planted, she not only was able to feed her children and send them to school, she was able to make a few additions to the family.
She bought 2 oxen and 1 ox plowing. Some part of it she paid with school fees, and then others she buy for the seed for the second season.
Venhuizen says there are many stories like this one since the project took root.
We're very confident that every dollar, every seed that's planted into that ministry is being put to good work. And we've been hearing reports from local governments and local government leaders, and they're saying we have never had a group like this work in our community. This group is different.
The difference isn't just in the tractors, but the love. Pastor Charles Okwir says without God and the partners he's brought along, none of it would be possible.
You are not only planting seeds or crops, but you're also planting the Word of God in people's life. How do they see it? They see the love and they say, what is the secret? The secret is Jesus Christ in the center, and Jesus Christ is doing practical approach to help the gospel to be shared to people who had no hope.
The scars of northern Uganda run deep and wide. But this week, you'll see how these 2 ministries, with the help of Crossroads Missions, are transforming the land and people from the ground up.